Welcome back, everyone, to RV Deep Dive, your number one spot on YouTube for the most detailed, most in-depth, and most exciting walkthroughs of the world's best motorhomes, campervans, and RV innovations. Today we have something truly special, something that isn't just another campervan, but one that is built to survive and thrive in the harshest conditions on Earth. I'm talking about the 2026 Bravia Mobil Narvik Arctic Edition, a van that's been designed with one purpose in mind: to conquer the cold. When you hear the words Arctic Edition, it sparks curiosity. What exactly makes a camper van able to stand up to blizzards, icy mountain passes, and nights where the temperature plummets far below freezing? Well, by the end of this video, you'll know every single detail, inside and out. We're going to look at its exterior, its insulation, its winterized tanks and utilities, the interior layout with all its clever comforts, and then of course we'll hit performance, drivability, and pricing. This is going to be a long, detailed tour, so grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's jump into it. Starting with the exterior, the Bravia Narvik Arctic Edition has the instantly recognizable shape of a panel van camper, built on the Fiat Ducato chassis, but with a few key differences that set it apart from your standard conversion van. First of all, the Arctic Edition rides slightly higher off the ground thanks to reinforced suspension and all-terrain winter tires, which are not just about is modern and bold, with sleek LED headlights that not only look stylish, but are also designed for maximum visibility in snowy and dark conditions. Anyone who has driven in the far north knows that daylight hours are limited in winter, and having bright, energy-efficient lights is essential. The Narvik Edition also adds auxiliary fog lamps positioned lower in the bumper, giving you extra confidence when driving through snowstorms or foggy conditions. On the roof, you'll notice several important upgrades. There are solar panels to keep your leisure batteries topped up even when parked off-grid in remote snowy landscapes. And just as importantly, there are roof rails designed to handle extra equipment, whether that's ski racks, storage boxes, or even a roof-mounted spare tire. The roof itself is heavily insulated, double-layered, and reinforced against snow load, meaning if you're parked overnight in a place where half a foot of snow falls, you won't have to worry about it pressing down into the structure. The side of the van carries the signature Bravia branding with subtle Arctic Edition graphics. Not flashy, but strong and purposeful, giving it that sense of a specialized adventure vehicle. The entry door is fitted with a heavy-duty seal to keep drafts out, and the step is retractable and heated, so you won't be chipping away ice every time you want to side, giving you access to a generous garage space. Now, this isn't the kind of cavernous garage you'd find on a Class A motorhome, but for a van conversion, it's impressively roomy. You got space to load skis, snowboards, portable heaters, or whatever outdoor gear your adventure demands. The garage floor has an anti-slip coating, making it safe even if your boots are dripping with snow. The walls and ceiling in here are also insulated, propane bottles in freezing conditions. The Arctic Edition also includes an additional underfloor heating option, which is rare in vans of this size. Imagine waking up in the morning, stepping down onto warm flooring instead of icy cold vinyl. It's one of those luxuries that make winter RV living not just possible, but enjoyable. Vent placement is carefully thought out too, with warm air ducts running to the cab, the lounge, the kitchen, and even the washroom, so every part of the van stays cozy. Let's not forget about ventilation. Staying warm is crucial, but airflow is just as important, especially. Finally, I want to highlight the winter tires. These aren't just all-season tires. They're true, stud-ready winter tires, designed to grip ice and pack snow. Combined with front-wheel drive and optional traction control system feels. Even if you've been outside in sub-zero temperatures, stomping snow off your boots, the interior welcomes you with a cozy glow. The designers clearly understood that this van isn't just about transportation. It's about creating a cabin where you can retreat from the elements and feel like you're at home, no matter how wild the conditions outside might be. Let's start up front with the cab area. Since this motorhome is based on the Fiat Ducato chassis, the driving experience is immediately familiar to anyone who's handled modern camper vans. But Bravia has added Arctic-specific touches. The seats are upholstered in a durable yet plush fabric with heating built in, a lifesaver when you're driving through long stretches of frozen landscape. The dashboard itself is clean and modern. Moving into the living area, the Narvik Arctic Edition really shines. Despite being a van conversion, it feels surprisingly open, thanks to large side windows and a well-thought-out floor plan. The lounge consists of a two-person bench seat paired with the swivel cab chairs, forming a comfortable four-seat dinette. The table is extendable and can be moved slightly to make getting in and out easier, something you'll appreciate when you're wearing bulky winter clothing. Here's where one of the clever design features comes in. The lounge seating has extra insulation integrated beneath the cushions, so even if you're sitting by the window on a cold night, you won't feel drafts or cold spots. The windows themselves are double-glazed acrylic with built-in blackout blinds and thermal shades, meaning you can completely shut out the cold and create a cocoon-like atmosphere. LED lighting runs along the ceiling and under the overhead cabinets, providing both bright. From a lounge, we move seamlessly into the kitchen area. And this is where the Narvik Arctic Edition surprises a lot of people. For a compact camper van, the kitchen is impressively well equipped. You've got a 2-burner gas hob with an electric ignition, a deep stainless steel sink with a stylish chrome faucet, and a decent amount of countertop space for meal prep. The counter extends with a fold-up flap, giving you extra working area when needed. The fridge is a compressor type, which means it's efficient even in cold conditions, unlike some absorption fridges that can struggle in extreme weather. It's large enough to hold fresh food for several days, which is perfect if you're parked remotely and don't want to constantly resupply. Above and below the kitchen counter are cabinets and drawers designed with soft close mechanisms, so they don't rattle while driving. They're deep enough to hold pots, pans, and all your cooking essentials. One of the key Arctic upgrades in the kitchen is the insulation around the water lines. Everything is routed internally, and the hot water comes directly from the Truma diesel heat. The bathroom walls are finished with easy clean surfaces, and there's a small storage cabinet for toiletries. A roof vent above helps circulate air, and it comes with a winter cover so cold air doesn't rush in. The shower floor has anti-slip design and drains quickly. Lighting throughout the bedroom is well thought out, with dimmable LEDs that let you set the mood. There's also excellent ventilation, with a roof vent and opening windows, though again, all designed to handle cold climates with insulated covers. When you stand in the middle of the Narvik's interior, you realize that Bravia managed to strike a balance that many van converters struggle with. On the one hand, it feels warm, insulated, and protective, like a true Arctic shelter. On the other hand, it doesn't feel claustrophobic. The windows let in lots of natural light during the day, and the finishes are modern, with light woods, soft fabrics, and subtle colors that make the space feel larger than it is. Throughout the van, storage is abundant. From the overhead lockers to the underbench compartments, from the wardrobe next to the kitchen to the hidden nooks around the bed, there's a place for everything. And because this van is meant for Arctic travel, that's important. You're carrying more gear, heavier clothing, snow boots, maybe even snowshoes or skis. Having a place to stow it all keeps the living space tidy and comfortable. Another small but significant feature is the insulation and heating of every single storage compartment. Unlike many camper vans where the cabinets against the walls get icy cold in winter, here they stay relatively warm thanks to integrated ducts. At this point, having explored the lounge, kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom, you can see how every feature is designed to make extended cold weather travel not just bearable, but enjoyable. This isn't about surviving in winter, it's about thriving. You can cook real meals, take real showers, stretch out in a comfortable bed, and relax in a warm lounge while snow falls outside your window. Now that we've explored the interior of the Bravia Mobil Narvik Arctic Edition, it's time to talk about how this van actually performs on the road. Because no matter how cozy the inside is, the experience of driving it through real Arctic conditions is just as important. At its core, the Narvik Arctic Edition is built on the latest Fiat Ducato. Visibility is excellent, thanks to large mirrors, wide-angle lenses, and a standard reversing camera. The high driving position gives you a commanding view of the road, and those LED headlights with integrated fog lamps make night driving much safer. For long-distance cruising, Adaptive cruise control helps you maintain safe distances even when weather conditions change suddenly. Fuel efficiency in this van is impressive for what it is. On average, in addition to the main diesel heater, you can opt for underfloor heating. This isn't just a gimmick. When you wake up on a cold morning and step onto a warm floor, it changes the entire mood of the day. It makes the van feel more like a luxury chalet than a camper. It also helps keep the overall air temperature more balanced, reducing cold spots. Ventilation has been carefully considered too. In a van that's so tightly insulated, you need proper airflow to avoid condensation. The Narvik uses a roof fan system combined with strategically placed vents, so fresh air comes in without creating drafts, and humidity is extracted without pulling all your heat out. This is especially important when cooking or showering, since excess moisture in winter can quickly turn into frost on cold surfaces if not managed correctly. Now let's talk about off-grid independence, because Arctic adventures often take you far away from campsites and hookups. The Narvik is equipped with solar panels on the roof, feeding into a high-capacity leisure battery. Many owners choose to upgrade to lithium batteries for even greater water capacity is another strong point. With both fresh and waste tanks insulated and heated, you can rely on having running water for showers, cooking, and cleaning even in freezing weather. The tanks are sized for multi-day trips, and because of the efficient heating system, you don't waste fuel or energy just to keep them operational. For those who want to take it even further, Bravia offers options like secondary diesel heaters, larger solar setups, and advanced energy management systems. These options can turn the Narvik into a true expedition vehicle, capable of spending weeks off-grid in winter without needing to plug in. When it comes to everyday living in this van, the comfort level is astonishing for its size. The insulation keeps it warm and quiet. The furniture is well-built and ergonomic, and the storage solutions make it easy to carry everything you need. Whether you're parked at a ski resort, camping in a national park, or exploring remote northern landscapes, it feels like you brought a little piece of home with you. Now, let's get into the part that everyone wants to know, pricing. The Bravia Mobil Narvik Arctic Edition starts around 90,000 euros to 100,000 euros in Europe, depending on options. Converted to US dollars, you're looking at roughly $105,000 to $115,000 for a premium, cold weather-ready camper van. That's actually